OpenAI just killed another 1,000 startups with the OpenAI Deployment Company to help businesses build around intelligence. And me and a lot of other people did not see this coming, but now it makes total sense. And here's why. OpenAI Deployment Company, a company designed to help organizations build and deploy AI systems they can rely on every day across their most important work. Now, I do this stuff all day long. And actually implementing these systems into businesses can be a bit tricky. It's not as easy as just using ChatGPT or Claude Code and just handing it over. Unfortunately, there still does remain a lot of complexity, and a lot of people, a little controversial, but a lot of people tend to say that they do not see the ROI with AI, okay, and implementing into the business. And we know on the enterprise level specifically, there have been numerous reports that basically suggest that companies, yes, are not seeing the ROI once they have deployed AI into their businesses, right? And ChatGPT took the consumer side first. That's who they went after first. And obviously now they are trying to garner more of the business side, more of the enterprise side, like Anthropic, like Claude does. Okay. So this is very interesting. And this is kind of a two-prong attack that we're going to see take place here. And so they are calling this role, I guess, they're essentially going to deploy forward deployed engineers into these companies, right? And they're going to be working on complex problems in demanding environments. So a lot of startups essentially just got killed again because you're having the actual company that has created this technology, that is using this technology, now going out into the real world and saying, if you're not going to use it, we're actually going to make it seem very easy to use and actually help you deploy into your systems. Right? Again, we're in an AI race. So if you have people still afraid of AI, or businesses just not knowing how to use it, which could potentially be the massive issue as well, we're going to create forward deployed engineers, and we're then going to actually deploy them into your company so you do see the ROI. Nonetheless, the FDEs will work closely with business leaders, operators, and frontline teams to identify where AI can meet the biggest impact, redesign organizational infrastructure, and critical workflows. This is basically doing an audit. That's what we do. We provide an audit internally before kind of stepping in and kind of tearing things apart. They have to understand the business. That's what they're going to start with, essentially, is this AI audit. In connection with OpenAI Deployment Company's launch, OpenAI has agreed to acquire Tomorrow, an applied AI consulting and engineer firm that helps enterprises turn AI into operational advantage. The acquisition will bring approximately 150 experienced forward deployed engineers. I think they're creating their own market with this forward deployed engineers. So you could see other companies now start to hire. That's the thing. Sure, AI is pretty much cooking everything. But in the midst of that cooking, you're going to see new job roles emerge, which you never know. Forward deployed engineers could be one. I'm not sure what that completely entails, but you could see in the near future here, companies start to hire for this role. The OpenAI Deployment Company is a committed partnership between OpenAI and 19 leading global investment firms, consultancies, and system integrators. Again, they're working with some of the best companies in the world. We have Goldman Sachs, we have Bain Capital, we have Emergence Capital, we have SoftBank. Now, the deployment company will also work closely with and alongside OpenAI's Frontier Alliance partners and the broader industry to drive AI adoption and change management globally. And I think also Anthropic is trying to do something very, very similar. They have kind of the, I believe, Anthropic Partner Network. OpenAI seems like they have the Frontier Alliance partners. The OpenAI Deployment Company is majority owned and controlled by OpenAI, giving customers a unified experience, whether they work with OpenAI, the OpenAI Deployment Company, or both. Most importantly, it's $4 billion of initial investment, so they do have a long runway. To my point, these funds will be used to scale operations and acquire firms that can accelerate our mission of ensuring that artificial general intelligence benefits all humanity. Now, this is kind of the most important question, right? Well, why does deployment really matter? OpenAI was founded as a research and deployment company from the beginning. We have believed that building powerful AI models is only part of the work. Real impact comes from helping people and organizations use those systems safely, effectively, and at scale. AKA, businesses aren't seeing great return with these systems because they know that there is massive sticking points with this. And since AI kind of just started really breaking out the last few years, not too many people are familiar with this technology. We're going to create a separate arm, which also could be kind of going around the whole non-for-profit issue, right? They are in court right now with Elon Musk. Elon is suing them because they said they were non-for-profit. That's where OpenAI comes from, right? They're supposed to be open source. They're not. But Nonetheless, this new branch could now be kind of their revenue engine. We don't know. Again, they just kind of published this today. Over the past several years, this is very important, more than 1 million businesses have adopted OpenAI's products and APIs, and this will only continue to increase. So that's great news for both me and you, and obviously OpenAI. The next stage of enterprise AI will be defined by how effectively businesses can employ this technology into real-world use cases. So I did a video predicting a few AI trends that we will see in 2026. I did this in December of 2025. I said one of those will be public backlash with AI, which you have already seen kind of with Sam Altman's house. Number two, you will see more mass layoffs. Now, if this comes to fruition and this actually goes the way they're thinking it's going to go, you're going to see even more further layoffs with current job roles. Now, I mentioned there's a two-prong approach with this kind of initiative. This is what I was referring to. So OpenAI Deployment Company as a standalone business unit, so it can develop the operating model, pace, and customer focus as work required. At the same time, the OpenAI Deployment Company will operate as an extension of OpenAI, keeping customers closely connected to the research, product, in-house development teams shaping frontier AI. So what it sounds like is that they're going to collect a ton of data on the OpenAI Deployment Company side of things. This is like the real use case that, again, is tricky right now. It doesn't seem to be really clicking. And then they're going to feed that essentially back into the AI model so that the AI model now starts mimicking and makes it easier to do what they're trying to do here. That connection is a major advantage. The OpenAI Deployment Company, FDEs, will be able to build for where OpenAI's frontier capabilities are headed. And this is a major advantage, right? Because they're going to have that data to be like, well, this is working over here. Let's just optimize the model for that. FDEs will work alongside business leaders, technology leaders, operators, and frontline teams to rethink critical operations, processes, and workflows from the ground up. The role is to help organizations move from identifying high-value AI opportunities to building production systems that deliver measurable results. So scaling deployment across the economy, probably some of you are worried about what this means, but the OpenAI Deployment Company's investment in consulting partners sponsor more than 2,000 businesses around the world, and its consulting and integrator partners work with thousands more. And that's why they are partnering up with these big PE firms, because these PE firms are so rooted in many, many other companies, as we know. These organizations span industries, company sizes, and workflows, giving the OpenAI Development Company a broad view of where AI can create value and which deployment patterns can scale. So I'll leave you with this. If you're a business already, things are probably going to get a lot easier to actually implement these systems into your company. And if you are a company already or an agency trying to help businesses actually implement AI into your systems, one, this will probably become more useful. And number two, you have more competition now. So as always, my friends, stay human, and I'll see you next time.